guys, and welcome back to The Bachelorette, Season 14, Episode 6. For this episode, we are in what am I saying? We are in Richmond, Virginia. So exciting. Very, very exciting.
Give me an L. Give me an O. Give me a V. Give me an E.
I just feel bad for the girl sometimes. So Becca meets up with Chris Harrison and they have their little, discussion like they usually do before they begin a new journey in a new town. And he gives her some solid advice.
It ain't easy.
Chris Harrison is probably the most profound person I have ever come in contact with in any way in my life. Right? So the guys arrive and Leo is talking about something we don't want to think about. Birthing.
Just like Virginia birthed the nation, I hope that it births a relationship that really lasts with me and Becca.
The fact that he would use that in comparison with his relationship kind of makes me want to puke, but like, whatever you want to say, Leo, whatever you want to say. So we learned that our first one-on-one is going to be with Jason, and remember the fiasco that happened with Chris last episode? Yeah, it continues in this episode. This time, he's going head-to-head with Lincoln, so they're arguing, and Jason's face in this just shows you how ridiculous all this is and how the other guys are feeling about whatever the heck is going on between Chris and Lincoln.
But I'm saying I want a one-on-one or two-on-one.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
it's not about what comes, it's just saying that's what I want.
See, he laughs and then covers up his smile to try to make himself stop laughing.
I feel so bad for you, bro. I feel so bad for you.
I feel so bad for you. Garrett's face in this clip just says it all.
You just body shamed me. For all the people who have struggled.
Oh, you're body shaming the whole...
He's just as confused as all of us are. Apparently, Chris used to be like 300 pounds or something. I don't know. He lost a bunch of weight. Who knew? None of us ever knew. Well, maybe we... Let's go back to his first one-on-one date. His one-on-one date, I didn't pay attention to it. Maybe he mentioned it in there. If not, this is the first time that it's ever been mentioned, and it's literally out of nowhere. But Lincoln's body shaming him. I don't know.
It's very apparent that the wheels on the bus have come all the way off.
What wheels and what bus?
Bro, if you put your hands on me, I would destroy you. Okay. I would destroy you.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
I laughed pretty hard at that.
There's nothing to sneak my way out of, Lincoln. So shut the up.
Yeah, Lincoln. Now it's time for Jason's one-on-one date. I will say, I like Jason. He seems pretty normal and he's funny. He gives me this whole Milo, what's-his-face vibes, Jess from Gilmore Girls and the dad from This Is Us. So they go to this house, dedicated to Edgar Allan Poe, which is, I didn't know existed, but okay. And she does this weird thing in a tombstone, and I kind of gagged the whole time, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? What are they doing?
I wish I had one last kiss before I go. Oh. Who's gonna help me? I'm revitalized.
Hey,
back to life. Yeah.
What? Honestly, what? What was that? I don't know, but I did not like it. It made me want to puke. Also, who knew that I made a cameo in this? Who knew I made an appearance? I didn't even know.
Welcome to our happy hour.
Man, such a good dancer. So we actually end up meeting Jason's friends. Okay, it's kind of odd that they meet up with his friends in Virginia, considering they're from Washington. Unless that's just what his bio says and he actually lives somewhere else. I don't know, that's freaking random, but okay. I am very angry about this date where they met his friends, because who remembers in the first episode when he was like, so my friends and I back home, we all have this handshake. Oh, you do? Oh, we do. Why didn't we see that handshake? We didn't see them do the handshake. What kind of friends are these? This is not real. They're not real friends. That's why. Oh, conspiracy. Conspiracy. These aren't actually his friends. They're staged. They're paid actors. And they're not. Because if they were his real friends, we would have seen the freaking handshake he bragged about night one. They're clear across the country from their home in Washington. And they didn't do their freaking handshake. So Jason ends up getting the date rose. Congratulations to Jason. Now it's time for the group date. I don't know what is going on here.
I'm George Washington, first president of the United States. My buddy Abe Lincoln.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, what? That should never happen. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That should never happen. So apparently we are at the Beck Election 2018. Beck Election, I kid you not. That's literally what it's called. And they're going to debate for Becca. Gosh.
All right, let's get to the questions.
Is Chris Harrison okay? Because it looks like he lost an eye. And honestly, it really just looks like Chris Harrison doesn't want to be there at all, period.
And whenever I'm around you, I'm just on top of the world.
He's so bored, so over it. So we're all fine. We're debating, like, you know, very casually and calmly. When out of nowhere, Lincoln throws Chris under the bus.
Well, first of all, not once have it crossed my mind to pack my bags and go home like Chris.
This big thing happens where Lincoln and Chris, they kind of go back and forth with Chris Harrison mediating. It's a mess. Chris ends up quoting Lincoln, saying the F word, and it's really not a place he should be doing that in front of this whole crowd of people who don't know them in Virginia. And it's very embarrassing, and I don't know, it's pretty entertaining though. So we get a little preview for what's about to happen on the night of the group date. And honestly, I had to rewind because there's a guy on the couch, and I did not recognize him.
And if none of us can talk to Becca tonight, I'm gonna lose my...
The guy on the far left of the couch, just sitting down, just looking down with his glasses. That's Connor. I literally had to rewind because it did not. I was like, okay, is that a producer? Why is there a random producer sitting on the couch with them? I'm so confused. And I rewound, and it was Connor. So Chris talked to Becca, it really upset her, and then Garrett stepped in, and he was like, hey, let's hang out. And she's like, can you give me a few minutes? I'll come find you. And then Garrett comes downstairs, and Chris and Lincoln are already arguing again, and Garrett's like, yo, whatever you just said to her, it really upset her for the rest of the night, and now we're all screwed over because of you. So all that goes down. She comes back and grabs Garrett, has her time alone with him, and then she has her time with Wills, and Wills tells her that he is falling in love with her. Again, I don't know what the time frame is that this is supposed to happen. Apparently 2 weeks ago was too early, but last week wasn't, and you know, today is just fine too. Okay. And then out of literally nowhere, Colton gets the group date rose. Really random. I don't know. It barely even showed him on the group date, so okay, sure, whatever you want to do, Becca. I don't know. I don't get it, but you do you, girl. You do you. So now it's time for Leo's one-on-one. Honestly, I was kind of taken aback whenever I heard that Leo was getting the one-on-one, because nothing against him, but like it never really shows him. And he's very different, just like he said. He's very different from all the guys here. And he doesn't seem like a one-on-one type. Just like whenever Chris got his one-on-one, I was confused because he didn't seem like a big character, you know, like someone that was going to be important down the road, you know. So Leo ends up getting the rose, and I honestly don't even remember what they did on their date. It was so irrelevant to everything in the world that I don't remember what their date was even about. But then I saw Morgan Evans in concert, and surprisingly, I'd actually heard the song that he was singing. For once in Bachelor history, I'd actually heard a song that was played. Also looking back, like I can't even remember, had Leo and her ever even kissed? I just don't remember that ever happening. I just don't remember him being on the show. So Leo actually gets back that night, and immediately, right whenever Leo sits down, Chris stands up, throws on his stupid little coat, and runs out the door to go find Becca, because it was all his idea, not a producer's, obviously. Because Chris has just had enough. Every conversation he has with Becca goes wrong, and she needs to know the terrible person that Lincoln is.
People need to acknowledge the type of monster that Lincoln is. The man eats 12 eggs every day. His cholesterol has to be 6,000.
What does that have to do with this at all? Literally nothing. And it definitely wasn't said while he was saying everything else he was saying about Lincoln, but of course, they have to throw that in there, because they didn't have another place to put it. So it's actually funny that Chris is bringing up Lincoln's character and questioning it, and no one else has, considering the recent controversy that has come up about Lincoln. Google if you want to find out. Anyway, so Chris goes and talks to Becca. He needs to get a clue. Literally every single time he sits down and has a conversation with Becca, this is exactly what happens. He's like, oh, all this happened, and you know, I just want to move on. And then she's like, wait, but I can't just move on because of this and this and this. And he's like, okay, wait, I don't want you to think about that. I want to move forward. And she's like, no, but we have to think about that. We have to. And it's like, okay, with anyone else, she would put that in the past, like with Connor in the picture and with Colton and Tia, like, let's put it in the past for everything. But like, if she doesn't like you, she's gonna say, no, this is important. We need to discuss this, which is what she's doing with you. So you need to take a hint and just go home anyway, like you were going to do a few weeks ago. So, of course, she ends up sending Chris home during that conversation. He comes in 9th place. He freaks out. She's like, let me walk you out. And he's like, no, I don't need you to walk me out. And she's like, no, I'm gonna walk you out of respect. And he was like, I don't need anyone to walk me out. Whatever, shut up. Nobody cares about you, not even yourself. Chris, all in all, he's just very annoying, and I'm very annoyed that so much time was spent on him these past 2 weeks. All right, so it's time for the cocktail party, and of course, Chris Harrison steps in and says Becca knows exactly what she wants to do. She's gonna cancel the cocktail party. We're gonna go straight to the rose ceremony. She is the queen of canceling cocktail parties. Let me tell you what, she cancels all of them. She don't need to talk to anyone, she's fine. So it's time for the rose ceremony where 2 more are going to leave us. And with that, Lincoln and Connor end up being tied for 8th place. So all in all, we have 3 losers of the week this week. Chris in 9th place, and then Connor and Lincoln in 8th place. And now we're down to 6 guys, and we are going to the Bahamas. What the heck? And now we're going, what am I saying? We have 6 guys left. And we're going to the Bahamas. Whoopee, woohoo, yay, all right. Well, that was all I had for The Bachelorette season 14, episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, then okay. And oh my gosh, I am literally 11 subscribers away from 1,000 as I'm filming this video. And I want to thank all of you guys for subscribing and for getting all your friends to subscribe if you're into that. You know, do whatever you want to do. I can't force you into doing anything, obviously, but I do appreciate all of you, each and every one of you, and all your comments that you leave, and just everything that you do. It just makes me very happy that you like to interact with me and you like to watch me, because I'm literally nobody. I honestly don't even know what I just said, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Thank you guys, and goodbye. Happy 4th of July. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this video was a day late because I had to work on Tuesday instead of Wednesday because Wednesday is the 4th of July. So, sorry about that. Alrighty. Bye.